This is a difficult story to tell. My friend, colleague, former co-anchor, and cubicle desk
We're
mate.
going to leave you with that on this Friday
Her
afternoon. I
life
just want to
now
say a thank
changed
you to
forever.
Concord here.
My husband took his own life.
In an instant, she became a widow, a heartbroken survivor of suicide loss, and a reluctant member of a group that's growing much too quickly in Utah.
I always thought that Travis and I would be married till we were old and our kids were older and had their own families and we had grandchildren. And now I look at myself and I am a single parent.
To look at them, Travis, Lori, and the kids were the typical family, spending precious times together, traveling, celebrating. Many smiles, laughs, and good times, which are now only memories.
Sometimes I wake up in the morning and think, if I can just get through today, I'll be okay. We'll be okay.
Lori wanted to sit down and share her family's story, not because she wants or needs your sympathy, but rather she hopes to get your attention.
I feel like I owe it to Travis, because if there's just one person out there who is struggling and can see something in my story and identify with that and think, okay, I need to get help, or I give it one more day, then that's what this is all about.
Travis suffered from depression, but for the most part kept it to himself. Lori says he didn't ever want to talk about it, even when she pressed him. He was ashamed.
He would say things to me like, I feel weak and I don't want to burden you. He hid a lot of that from me. The day before he died, he called the National Suicide Hotline. But when he came home that night, he didn't say a word to me. He didn't say, I'm struggling, I need your help, I'm having a really hard time. He didn't say anything.
At age 44, a successful physical therapist working to get his doctorate degree, sadly gone much too soon. Getting through a tragedy such as this is extremely difficult, but Lori credits the extreme kindness of friends and strangers for easing her family's pain a bit.
I was walking with my mother and a woman stopped me and she just said, can I give you a hug? I'm so sorry.
Then there were the people who decorated the front porch, members of the local LDS ward who converged on her front yard one Saturday morning and cleaned up the flower beds, trimmed trees, and fixed the sprinklers.
A couple weeks ago, someone dropped probably 40, 50 wrapped gifts in bins and sacks on our front porch. I have no idea who they were from. None.
Much of the support has come through social media, where Lori has shared some of this difficult journey since Travis' passing. Some of the responses she received also expressed appreciation.
She suffers from depression, and she says, I tell you this not to have you feel sorry for me or for your pity, but to let you know that you're already making a difference. I have thought that life would be easier for my husband without me. And this is what I wrote to her. I said, I'm so glad that you're fighting. Keep fighting. It's so important to those who love you. Trust me, I know. There is no burden greater than loving someone who dies by suicide and being left without the thought that I could have always done more.
Keep fighting. Get professional help. And Lori stresses that if someone in your life struggles from depression, don't ignore it. Deal with it head on, together.
People need to understand that this isn't something to be ashamed of. If you have depression, you have to talk about it. And you particularly need to talk about it with people that you love, because they love you too.
A therapist who Lori has been working with since Travis died put it this way.
And she says to me, if only people thought of depression like they do cancer. Because you'd get help if you were diagnosed with cancer.